Ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday, April 1st at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And Iran is still Iran, unfortunately. We're going to start off tonight with something that's really important, not just for the United States, but for everybody. Iran is never ending with their with their ways to try and address the United States' ability to just demolish, for lack of better terms, Iran, and we just basically took over. The problem is, Iran likes to do things such as kidnap people, like they did with Shelley Kittleson in Iraq. She was in Baghdad, Iraq. She's a journalist. She's been known to do both sides of the aisle, left side, right side. From what I've read and what I've seen most people talk about is that she's a very well-rounded journalist. And regardless of what it is, regardless of whether you're Democrat, whether you're Republican, whether you like her or you don't like her, that is not the point of this. The point of this is that we are the United States of America. We are proud, we are true, we are brave, and not only does our military keep us safe, media does the same way. Independent journalists, mainstream media, there are points and times that media, they can use their power. And unfortunately, Iran knows this, and they demonstrated this in the worst possible way. Eric Daughtry, at Eric L. Dot, put down breaking: Marco Rubio's State Department confirms that a man with an Iran-backed militia group ties kidnapped American journalist Shelley Kittleson in Iraq. They kidnapped her in broad daylight. They walked up. I shouldn't say walked up. Let me back up a second. They drove up in broad daylight, got out, grabbed her, put her in the car, and drove off. If you look at the bottom down here where the mouse is, that's the car, the silver one. These two guys are walking up to it. I don't know if they're part of it, but you can see they're putting her in her car right here. He's going to walk around, run around, and get back in. This guy's going to hop in the passenger side. And off they go. This is in broad daylight. There is nobody else around there screaming, asking for help. You don't see anything. People, in the United States of America, people would have been screaming and asking for help. We weren't there. We didn't see it. We don't know. But I will tell you this, to do it in broad daylight, that takes a lot of, I don't know, I wouldn't even call it courage. I guess stupidity. Again, it's the United States of America. They knew who she was, obviously. They just don't go up and pull somebody. They got to grab somebody that's going to do something. So they stuffed her in a car and off they went in broad daylight. And Marco Rubio is not the man to be messing with. Secretary of State, the man knows what he's doing. So if we could, I started off with this tonight because it's the most important part of anything going on in Iran. Shelley Kittleson is one of our own. She is a United States of America citizen. She belongs to us. She lives in America. She is with America. She is ours. We need to bring her home. Whatever it takes, we need to do it. And I'm sure that I firmly believe that the Trump administration is going to do everything in their power to make sure she returns home safe to her family. It's truly a shame that Iran has to stoop down to levels of this magnitude. It's just disgraceful. Not that they haven't already disgraced themselves, their country, Iranians as a whole, which they don't deserve that. There are people that live in Iran that are just amazing people. They don't deserve to be made look, have people look at them like, they're bad people. Not all of them are like that. Not even close. So if we could, please take some time and remember Miss Kittleson in your prayers. Remember her family in her prayers. She deserves it. We deserve it. We are Americans. We stand proud and true. And we're not going to stop now. The Trump administration, I'm sure, will get something done on this. I'm not a big supporter of Trump, as everybody knows. It's not a secret. However, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I do support his efforts and what's going on right now in Iran. Should have been done long ago. And it's a shame that it hasn't. But here we are again today, and we're trying to do this again. So with that, it's just a shame, and I wouldn't know what else to say. I feel for her. I truly do. So again, if there's anyone, just one person, if I touch one person in this relatively new channel, you never know. That might all be it. It just might just take one person. That's it. So let's get her home safe. Let's get back to President Trump here, and let's talk about something that I find seriously interesting. I've never served in the military. I've had many family members, grandfather, two cousins, grandfather, World War II, Normandy. He fought for our freedom. We're still free today because of that. And not just him, but all of our military efforts that's been put forward. We need to continue to fight with our military, and we need to fight with the Trump administration. People may not like him. They may not like what he stands for, but he is the President of the United States of America. And right now, he is doing something that should have been done long ago. This needed to be done, and we need to finish this. Don't stop halfway through like we always have in the past. Let's get this done and done right this time. We're not leaving until it's done. And it sounds to me like there's some negotiating going on behind the scenes. And you get the propaganda from Iran saying, no, they're not negotiating. No, they're not this. No, they're not that. Then all of a sudden, here we go. You know, it's back to the battle, you know, back to the board, and we're saying, okay, they're wanting to talk now. Great, let's talk. But we're not gonna stop bombing you and obliterating your country until you do what we said. We as Donald Trump and his administration pointed out, they have a plan of attack. They have objectives. And until those are met, they're not going to stop. That's my understanding. So once they get these objectives met, talking will be great. But that's all that Iran ever wants to do is talk. And they do that as a stall tactic. It keeps them in the safe, good graces, they think, because, oh, as long as we're talking, they're going to think that we're being good guys and we're not going to do anything wrong. Well, we've done this for 47 years now, just like them. They've had 47 years to prepare for this. And in 47 years, they still haven't got it right. They got somebody different this time as president. Our last president, as I covered in one of our other videos, Barack Obama, President Obama, went in there and negotiated a deal. And they didn't oblige. They didn't even come close to doing what it was supposed to do. As we all knew they wouldn't. They didn't do what they were supposed to, what they said they would do, and they never do. They never, ever come close to doing what they're supposed to do. So here we are again, back at the drawing board, and they're wanting to talk again. Well, Trump took a little bit different avenue this time. He says, we can talk, but I'm still going to keep obliterating your country. And Iran's starting to get to the point where they don't like it anymore. So they're going to see what they can do to try and slow down these bombings, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work at all. As a matter of fact, last night, they really put the hammer down. One of the big nuclear sites, Fordo's one of them, and Isfahan, that's the other one. That's the one they hit again last night, and they really, really hammered that last night. We'll bring that up here and take a look at it real quick. This is just amazing, amazing. If you look, this is an underground bunker that houses missiles, drones, all kinds of military stuff, and you can see when they drop it. I mean, it's just there's things going off everywhere. You don't know if it's a drone, if it's a missile, if it's a rocket, but man, they are just obliterating whatever that is in the ground. So it's maybe good for somebody in there to stay in there. But I don't know if I'd be coming out. But you can see things firing off right there. There's something going up through the air again. These got to be rockets or missiles that got hit. I've read, and it was reported that these are 2,000-pound warheads that are going in there. I think I read somewhere that they had two B-2 bombers come in and take care of business. And you can't, when you put one of those in there, the stealth of that airplane, it is just amazing at what this military can do and the technology that they bring to the table. How proud these people must be to fly those things over there. God, Just amazing, truly amazing. So they NATO now, on the other hand, supposed to be NATO together, supposed to stand proud. We all have things that we like, and we want to help our allies for sure. We always want to help our allies, especially when they want to help us. We spend trillions of dollars to help our allies, put military over there, our military, boots on the ground, equipment on the ground, batteries, I mean, you name it, we help them out when we can. And it's a lot, a whole lot. Unfortunately, when it comes time to doing the right thing, turning around and looking at that battery and see what's going on, or the security dome, or whatever you want to call it, they always want our help and they always want our money, but they don't want to help us when it's needed most. Like now, the war in Iran. They're crying about all their oil. They can't get their oil through the Straits of Hormuz. That wasn't us. We didn't cause that. Iran's the one that put the mines in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran's the one who's launching missiles and one-way attack boats. That's not us doing that. That's all Iran. So what are you supposed to do about something like that? A lot of people have been asking, what are you supposed to do? Well, the right thing to do would be for President Trump, as he did, step up and say, look, this is our military in the lead, and I'm coming to you right now saying, you wanted to help, this is how you can help. You can take and bring some of your mine-sweeping boats over and help us out. You can come over and help us out, try and find mines. You can come over and bring some anti-rocket security. Do something to help some way. But don't say you're going to do it and then switch your mind and not do it. And then say you're going to do it and then not going to do it. Then you're going to do it and you're not going to do it. Well, now you got Europe and UK. They're shaking hands together, this and this. This isn't our war, they said. We shouldn't have to help. It's not our war. I'm sorry. But we're over there spending trillions to help you out when it's not our war and never complaining. But yet we're still there helping. Time in and time out again. Same thing. We're helping. They're not. And Trump a long time ago had said that he doesn't think that NATO is all they're cracked up to be. He doesn't think that they're going to come to the plate when they're supposed to, or when it's needed most. And in one of his posts, he said that they're not stepping up to the plate, and he was afraid of it. You know, we just ask for what we consider a little bit of help. We've already decimated them, as Trump said. They already walked the hard part. They already did the hard commitment. They went in and obliterated Iran. There's nothing left, really. It is what it is, I guess. We sit here and obliterate them again and again and again. And now we're So I guess I just don't know what we're going to do with NATO. NATO doesn't want to play the way that we like to play, and that's to have allies together, to work together, to help each other. That's what allies do. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're wanting to do that anymore. So I think Trump's going to take a bigger, longer look at how NATO is actually helping us, if they're even helping us at all. I just don't understand what their train of thought is behind this and how they feel that they're helping us or helping the world. Because the Strait of Hormuz houses and travels a lot of oil. A fifth of the world's oil comes through that little area. A fifth. That's a lot of oil. And yet they don't want to step up to the plate. That's not our oil. We have our own energy independence here. We may get a little bit through there, but nothing like anybody else gets. China, I want to say they're at 80 or 90%. Russia, they're up there. India, they're up there. They all get their oil from there. They don't want to help. They want us to get the oil for them. Trump, I can't say it without laughing because it is comical. It's comical to think that these countries have what they call an economy, and now they want to come to the plate after the war is pretty much done militarily. But yet we're still sitting here these countries are asking for help. We need help. We need help. Well, what do you need help with? We already did all the work. But I guess that's their way of seeing things. So I just don't get it. Maybe I'm going crazy. I don't know. But anyway, if you could, take just a few minutes, if you would, please, ladies and gentlemen, and go down there at the bottom of that big red button that says subscribe. Could you please hit that for me? It doesn't cost you anything, and it'll really, really help this channel out. I enjoy doing this. I've never been in the military, as I said. But I really enjoy learning about the technology that the United States of America has. And they have it. They have more than what I thought. And it's crazy to think that here we are, 2026, and we're lighting up drones with laser beams. Laser beams. We're lighting them up. We have a thing that pretty much, it's called like a microwave. It's like you put your food in there, you hit start and it's hot, right? Same thing to the drones. You hit start and they just fall. Crazy, amazing technology. And we tried to do this the right way, and we're still doing it the right way. We wanted to help all these NATO allies get their oil sooner because there's some places that are struggling for fuel. China's just terrible, I guess. But they're not wanting to do it the right way. They're wanting to do it the wrong way. And right now, they're not even near the Straits of Hormuz to dictate what's going on or even try to dictate what's going on. But yet they're still there asking for help. But we're still back here saying we can help, but we got to go now if we're going to do it. Trump also told them in that report, find some late courage from somewhere. Dig some courage up from somewhere. It may all be late, but you know what? You can still get it and still bring it to the table and still help everybody involved. But please do that. Find this courage. Step up to the plate and do what you have to do. Get your oil. Come and take it. It's yours. We did not block the Straits of Hormuz. Iran did that. But they don't want to do anything else to help you. It seems to me that in today's times, everybody, technology, and again, I say I love the technology when it comes to the war. They don't want to do anything when it comes to helping other people that actually need the help. So I don't know how you would solve this, but I kind of like the approach where you want your oil, come and get it. It's there. It's yours. Come and get it. We're not going to do anything to stop you. We'll let you go right in and get your oil and come right back out. You don't need our help, evidently. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, you can't tell them no, it's their oil. I mean, whether or not they paid for it already, I don't know that either. But Iran keeps saying, hey, we're giving you gifts, we're giving you gifts, we're giving you gifts. Here, look at this gift we're giving you. Are you really giving us a gift, or are you giving China and Russia and India? Are these people all getting the gifts? We don't want your gift. We are energy independent pretty much. And that's as far as it's went. I don't understand where they think that they're helping us. So I guess that's as far as it goes for now. But Trump is right, and I like that strategy. If you want your oil, come and get it. We're not going to bother you. We'll sit right here and watch you do it. But just be careful. Don't ask for help from the hand that wouldn't get any help from you. Remember? It just happened. We ask you for a little bit of help after we've already decimated Iran. And yet you still don't want to come and help with the smallest part of it. So I'm not quite sure what they're going to do, but I just don't know where to go from here, folks. These countries are supposed to be brilliant people. And I'm not saying they're not. They are. They do have some smart people. There used to be a time when we had good relations. We'll say, back when President George W. Bush was in there, and we fought together. That was a long, drawn-out war, something that Trump said that he's not going to do anymore. Times aren't just there to do that anymore like this. We're here to go in there and take care of business, get it done, and get out. The United States of America does not want another war that drags on forever and ever and ever. We don't need it. Militarily, Trump thinks that we've already done what we're supposed to do. I may not agree with a lot of his politics and how he goes about getting things done, but I do agree with this war. Do I agree with putting boots on the ground? I don't think there's any other way to get this uranium out of there. I really don't think there's any other way to get it out of there. If there is, then I'm sure he knows about it. So when he gets this, to be able to get in there and get this uranium, and that's the biggest objective, is getting this out of there so they can't blow us up or blow anybody else up. I mean, they lied to us about missiles that weren't supposed to reach all the way to Garcia Island. I mean, they can hit Europe. They can hit Europe. They're not wanting to help anybody, and they're the ones that are in the most trouble. And I just don't understand that when you do everything in your power, speaking of the United States of America, to be an ally to people in NATO. But yet when it comes to NATO doing their responsibilities or taking care of their responsibilities with the United States of America, they don't seem like they have to do that. They think that, okay, we're here, you hear our name, but yet we don't have to follow through with our end of the deal. And I'm sorry, I just don't agree with that. This is the United States of America, and it is 2026. You need to step up to the plate and make sure that everybody knows that, hey, we are here, and we are going to stand with the United States of America proud, like we always have in the past. Well, I guess Trump's going to find out who's going to play and who's going to pay. I don't know what else to do, but they need to find some delayed courage, as he says. I just don't see it happening, though. So we'll let them get their oil the way they're going to get it, but we're not going to do that for them. So with that being said, I guess tomorrow's going to be a new day. Hopefully a day that Ms. Kittleson gets her way home. A day that we find a better way to live where there isn't no war. So hopefully, we're going to hopefully see her get home safe. Man, don't forget to keep her in your prayers, everybody, please. Don't forget to keep her in your prayers and her family. So, with all that being said, hopefully somebody gets some good sleep tonight over in one of those other NATO countries and says, hey, you know what? We may be wrong in this. We may need to step up to the plate here and understand that what President Trump is saying is accurate. We need to get over there and help them. We need to get our oil because we're not oil independent. We need to get that oil. Well, then go get it. We're not going to stop you. We don't have it blocked off. So let's get your oil and get out of there. It's not our war. The Strait of Hormuz is not our war. That's your war. You get your oil from there, not us. So we didn't start a war there. Iran's the one that started lobbing one-way attack boats. I apologize for that. One-way attack boats. They're the ones lobbing rockets and blowing anything up they can get their hands on. So we'll see what happens here. We're 1 minute Trump is saying that he wants to help him, and the next minute something about we're going to let him go, we're going to let him go, we're going to let him go. So hopefully, we'll find out what they end up doing. And with all that being said, we're going to have another great day in the center of the aisle. That way I can offend both sides at one time. Thank you, everybody, and I'm out.